Hello there. I bet you weren't expecting me to stream again sometime soon. But I thought I'd do one for this game because it came out 2 days ago. And I know that a lot of people seem to have very neutral thoughts, shall we say, around this game. So I thought I'd play through the entire thing and explain what my intentions were with the following segments. Yes, Andy, I can see chat. I'm playing in windowed mode because I'm not doing a no-hit challenge. Speaking of which, the menu has seen a vast improvement. You see that silhouette to the right? That's not Kara. It's you. That explains why you have the knife and you're so eager to carry on going. If that was Kara, then after you finish phase 4, they wouldn't be there. But hey, let's explore the menu a bit. So depending on which ones you do, you'll get ticks based on each section. The maximum completion status is 117%. That is, every phase, every ending, every no-heal, and every no-hit. Phases 5 to 7, no-heal and no-hit are not required for it. Because, well, I don't really expect anyone to try them. Plus, it's probably impossible anyway. So, let's get started. You haven't seen this game? Apparently, most others haven't. Though I do know of a particular case where someone was actually notified. And yeah, this is something I want to point out straight away here. The sprite is not central to the game window. That was unintentional. I did plan on fixing this, but at the end of the day, almost no one's going to watch this cutscene anyway, so I just thought it wouldn't really matter if I just left it as it was. Greetings. I am Kara. And of course, Flowey's still alive. I recognise that voice. Hey, Gino. Kara, don't you remember me? So, timeline-wise, this is meant to take place after you kill Asgore. This isn't a sequel to Genocide Asgore Remake. It's meant to be after a Genocide run. But in this case, you only hit, like, Flowey once. That's not enough to kill him. Hence, they did this to me. Because you're responsible for it. So I see. That Kara sprite was an attempt at tracing off of another Kara sprite. I think it was from an animated OST video. where it combined Undertale Last Breath with No More Deals. And honestly, I'm fine with how it came out, but looking back at it now, it could definitely be improved. Human. Prepare for your ultimate demise. The sprite looks different, honestly. It's much better than the original one that made Kara look like a discount Bob Ross. That was the thing with me doing the remake. Because I wanted to make them look proper, but without any Minecraft references or anything. So yeah, this is phase 1. How different is phase 1 from the old one? Are you talking like previous version or previous Siblings Redemption era? Because they all have their own things. The previous phase 1 was unbalanced. And the original one was, well, difficult. Just for the sake of being difficult. This one is a balance between those two, except it's more balanced. Did you really think it would be that easy, partner? Because you expect Flowey to go down in one hit at this point. What tier is it on again? It might have to go up a tier. I mean, it really depends on what the moderators think of... Yeah, this is not a beginner no-hit. I don't think I can really compare it to anything, as I haven't really tried no-hit on this new version. So, at the very least, it should go to intermediate. Expert at a push. That's funny. You and I are the same, are we not? Yeah, Sandy, the other the phases 2, 3, and 4 are not on there. So, only phase 1's on the sheet, last time I checked. You and I are the same, are we not? Kara, what are you talking about? Don't worry, Asriel. The name reference here is because Flowey was Asriel, and Asriel and Chara, or Kara, however you say it, were once adopted siblings of Asgore and Toriel. I'll explain this later. Some of the text is different from the very, very old version of Siblings Redemption, but in this version, the Afterlife release, so I don't think anything is different. Kara, this is dangerous. I know. You could die. I know, Asriel. I've been through this before. I thought it was fun to include boomerang knives there. Here Lies Fate is a reference to the original Phase 1 OST, which was actually called Here Lies Fate. I tried to mix it with this version, but it just didn't fit. But Kara, don't you remember? You took your life so I could avenge monsters. Didn't Dad do the same thing? No, you almost killed him. Posting in the chat we have. Thanks, Hansi. It was an accident, though. He didn't die. He just became very ill. But it nearly killed him. Whatever. That doesn't matter now, does it? That line, it doesn't matter now, does it, was actually in the original. And I thought it fits so well for this scenario, I was just going to keep it. I cannot bear to see you die again. I don't want to die either. Azrael, keep it together. We have a job to finish. I suppose so. Human, monster, whatever you are. We will not hesitate to stop you. And here Flowey just stops attacking because he's too reluctant to do anything. Like, he's determined, but at the same time, he's very, very nervous. The disappointment on Kara's face. Originally, it went back to the happy face whenever the attack started, but I thought it was good to just keep them like that. Is that the best you can do? Kara, I'm freaking nervous. They have a knife. So do I. You're not afraid of that, are you? I can't do this. Azrael, listen. They want us to give up. So why don't you turn that fear into energy? I'll try. And that's pre-last attack. That was originally last attack, but that would have killed Flowey's last line of dialogue. Such a disappointment. So yeah, you can get the mercy ending if you keep sparing Kara there, but as in traditional genocide fangame fashion, you don't spare Kara. Yeah, there's a mercy ending now. But too bad it doesn't really go well for you. You'll get extra dialogue at the end of pretty much every phase, except for phases 3, 5, 6, and 7. Now, I thought here it would be nice to include the words of Asgore and Toriel, but silently, because Kara's thinking of them in their head. You forgot there were 7 phases. Originally there were 4, but with the Afterlife it adds another 3. And here's another change. The soul that pops out of Flowey is now replaced with his dust, to fix the lore element that Flowey doesn't actually have a soul, which in itself doesn't make sense. Alright, prepare to face the ugliness. Did you forget, partner? Humans are determined. As such, we can sustain death, just like you did many times before. So, was phase 2 nerfed at least a little bit? A very tiny bit in the final attack. The inspiration the inspiration behind that sprite came from multiple infamous internet figures like Momo. That's literally what the face is. But This time their eyes are flashing because of the power that they hold. It was because a certain someone refused to let me live. Meanwhile, as for you, you have no master except for yourself. So you can return whenever you like, while everyone else succumbs to their fates. Yeah, I was trying to find a good remix of Megalo Strike Back, and I found this one that also had the Determination motif in it. What was it? Cannibal by Waterflame, and I was like, yo, I love this. Even when you got your ending, you tried to kill him of all people, but you couldn't, because you were not strong enough. He had more power than you. Hey Q7. Yeah, Waterflame is the composer of the Phase 4 OST, though it's not the official OST. Yep, that's right. I was talking about the one you just killed. And now I absorbed his power. It feels amazing to have such strength. While you're at such a puny level, even if you had the time, you could never match our strength. The he is Flowey, Sandy. Your genocide. Was it really worth it for you, now that you look back? To know that it would be stopped by someone who was on your level of power. That other person being pre-mutated Kara. Quite poetic, isn't it? Since you've come all this way, you might as well die the same way everyone else did. Being battered endlessly until your inevitable defeat. But knowing that we both have the same traits, a determined child with the power to bring themselves back, wouldn't this be an infinite loop? Then again, you killed someone else who was capable of this. Sans. Because Sans has the ability to teleport between timelines. Yeah, damage control, that's what it was. I'm surprised you survived this long, partner. Now, before we continue, I just want to say that people say that the red-yellow soul here is pointless. It actually isn't. If you want to get through this phase a little bit faster, you can mash the hell out of your Z and Enter keys. The more you hit Kara, the earlier the phase will end. As proven by MFM's TAS of all phases. It was she. But it appears that you didn't. Up to now, I've only been using a fraction of my real power. Attack me once more and you'll see what I mean. So give up before you regret it. So yeah, little dust particles fly up. Originally I had the idea where, like, if you hit Kara enough, like more than you're supposed to, they would just go down immediately. But I thought that idea was really lame, so I just left it out. Very well. I gave you your last chance. Get prepared, partner, because from this point onwards, we'll be together forever, won't we? An iconic line from the genocide ending in Undertale. Now in the original, there were like reflection sprites of past monsters. They're all here in Final instead. Instead of having their own designated attacks. Because this is your memory. And since you and Chara both share the same vessel-ish, then you get to experience their wrath as well. Yeah, Q7, you told me. You're insane. Now, Asgore and Toriel don't have any attacks here because, well, Chara's distraught that you killed them. I can't really get into the specifics on what their stream's about, MFM, sorry. You know, Phase 2's final attack reminded me of that Kara fan game, Determination. They used your actual Undertale save file. Yeah, it did. It did. It's been going great, Washy. Thanks for asking. Anyway, that's Phase 2. Would you look at this? I'm powerless, as I thought you would be. Now, contrary to popular belief, those hands behind Kara are not Gaster. The Mystery Man. They're actually belonging to the followers of Gaster. So technically it is kind of Gaster related, but it's not Gaster. Now I was watching a stream of this the other day of someone attempting to beat this phase, and they wondered if when you were cutting the strings in this phase there would actually be a mercy ending, but unfortunately not. At this point there's really nothing you can do. You can cut all the strings but the effect will be the same. And even if you did somehow manage to free Kara from this puppeteering, it wouldn't work. Was I just lazy to move the buttons for fun? No. Nah, this was actually intentional. No, I suppose I could have moved the buttons, but I didn't really see any reason to. Yeah, well, cutting the strings, if you're doing a no-heal or a speed run, then it's worth it. Because fighting gives you 20 HP anyway. Now, Gina, I'm not going to ban you. This attack used to be a lot easier, and that's why I buffed it to match the difficulty curve of the game. This attack idea here was stemmed from one of my older projects, where someone has a mental breakdown. Yeah, Buff Guy, it's been out for 2 days. So, in the original, the final attack of this phase was not this long. And therefore it didn't make sense. That's why I added this. Just to give some build up to the very last part. And no, you cannot camp in the corners. You used to, but then I took it out. A phase of gas still wanted last breath, but he failed anyway. That's funny. Yeah, phases 1 to 4 have all been tested no hittable. Is this okay if I can broadcast your UT Geno? Yeah, if you want to play it, sure. Absolutely, go for it. Oh, you're still here? Even after all that? You tried to kill me, didn't you? You're less of a fiend. And more of an idiot at this point. Did you really think you could get rid of me that easily? You really are an idiot. While you were busy playing with some dude, the dude being the one with the hands, I found these. I knew that fighting you alone wouldn't work, so Kara helped me. With them by my side, I knew we would beat you. But that didn't work either. So I went back to my save. That's when I found these. The souls. So yeah, the Goner children, or the Goner kids, threw your soul out of the world and brought you back here. Oh, I almost forgot one important detail. While you were falling, I met up with Alfie's. Our confrontation wasn't the most friendly, but she told me something. That if I were to use these, not only could I bring back the dead children, that's what he thinks. That's what he thinks. But I could also finish my goal of defeating you. What's that? You want to know how I got these? That's none of your business. What is, though, is your demise. Watch and learn. In this world, it's kill or be killed. Welcome to Phase 4. On the off chance, he actually did manage to bring back one of the dead children, Kara. The name of the OST here is Damage Control. So yeah, this was, if you couldn't guess already, inspired by Omega Flowey. You got Bug, you got No Heal status on phase 7. If you do a No Heal on phase 7, you should get it. Oh, right, okay. So you get No Heal anyway, even if you do heal? I'll see you at the end of this, because I'm going to play phase 7 anyway. And that brings me to another question that I know people are going to ask me, and I really don't want to repeatedly answer it. Are there going to be any more phases? Is there a secret phase 8? No. The game is all wrapped up now. I'm not doing any more phases for this game. Because doing Afterlife took quite a lot of creativity out of me, and I do not want to go through that again. Yeah, you have the grey soul. I made it grey, well, 1, because it's easier to see, and 2, because you're neutral now. See the hill in the background? Yeah. You're in a corrupted timeline, because of the Goner kids. Yeah, well, Q7, I didn't intend for Afterlife phase 5, 6, and 7 to be noticeable. I predict that phase 7 is most likely possible. I would recommend to cut half of phase 4, it's very long and boring, and not interesting at all. Very repetitive and there's not much progression for a while. I did think actually of putting like a attack sequence in this. Sort of like Undertale Last Breath, but I never got round to it. Plus you're fighting Omega Flower again, so he does not stop attacking. And plus, if I cut it back a little bit, then this phase will just be too short. It's meant to be like Omega Flower, where it feels like you're fighting them forever, but you're not. This is Nyx the Shield's Finale remix. I was searching for Finale metal remixes for this bit, and I found this one to be perfect. I notice how quiet it is now. If I made it louder, I think it would be more epic. At least in Undertale, there's a different phases and progression until the finale phase, but there's none of that until the finale here. I suppose that's true. I suppose I could have made it like Omega Flowey, with like the items and all that. Just have an entire phase dedicated to the knives and things. But I couldn't think of a way to manage it very well. Yeah, Quinn's gonna try and beat Sans blindfolded. I don't know how they're going to do. Well, phase 1's kind of muscle memory, minus a few bits of RNG. And that's phase 4. We have beaten pre-Afterlife. Ugh. Even with all that, I wasn't able to stop you. Now, I tried to make that sprite as gruesome as possible. Like, the black that you see all over their body, those are meant to be a mix of cuts as well as wires from the TV. Why does the tree thing look like broccoli? It's actually a mix of a bush, a tree trunk, and another bush. I'm gonna see you then, Gino. Wow, you got quite the stream ahead of you, Q7. Right, prepare to be spooked. You thought you were above consequences. But you're still not, even when I die. This will come back in the future to hit you hard. I know that for certain. Now, Sandy, MFM's talking about if the game will launch using LibTAS. Since when were you the one in control? Yeah, QC, I really wish you good luck on doing phase 1 to 4 no hit in one run. It is possible. But who's gonna do it? So now we're both dead. You know what that means. Welcome to the afterlife. But before I do that, I want to do the mercy ending. So the dialogue leading up to mercy ending is pretty unchanged. so that's why I'm holding C to skip it. If you didn't know, you could actually hold C to skip text in this game. Yeah, well, you have to kill Flowey first. Welcome to the Afterlife. Give us your balls. No. How else am I supposed to play table tennis? Well, no. You see, you down Flowey here, and then as soon as phase 2 begins, he gives up and turns to dust. That dust then gets absorbed by Kara. Kara still has that dust inside of them going into phase 3. And so the Goner kids can absorb it. But that's not the reason why he comes back. At the end of phase 3, the Goner kids launch you out of the world. And so you're forced to go back to where you were. What? You're seriously trying to spare me? That's just precious. You're not above consequences. I cannot forgive you for your actions. Literally everyone ever said. Really? You think you deserve it? After all the trouble you caused everyone? I'll tell you what. I'll make you a deal. If you give me your soul, I will forgive all your past actions. Sounds like a fair exchange. But you know what they say? Don't deal with the devil. Marvelous. So it's settled then. Thank you. I am very grateful. However, don't think I'm going to let you off that easily. Because if I break this soul, you will return. I know you will. I saw it with my own 2 eyes, time and time again. Whenever you die, you come back. Whenever you die, you try again. Whenever you die... It's obvious, isn't it? You have a bloodthirsty need for revenge. Don't you? Consider yourself lost. Yeah, with my collection of things, I actually figured out how to fix the spaces in between the letters. You can just enable the gold soul. It won't reset. It won't reset between phases. Q7. You can just turn it on out here in options, and just do it there. Anyway, let us begin the afterlife. Yeah, it says Void's Fuel, because that's the name of the OST. So yeah, you're in the afterlife now, and there's a fountain of power behind Kara. Yeah, 10 minutes. That's all you have in this phase. But unless you're really, really lazy, or if you have to go somewhere while you're playing, you'll never see it hit 0. Which I will prove the point by taking long intentionally. What happens if it hits 0? Death. I'd like to give you my gratitude, partner. If you weren't committing to your unholy deeds, I wouldn't be standing here at all. I have achieved reincarnation, all thanks to you. Because level 20 puts you at 99 HP instead of 96. You've come a long way, partner. From your humble beginnings in that modest cave, to rotting here with me in the darkest depths of the void. Was it truly worth it, partner? Intentionally left that in. So determined to achieve your goal that you'd pounce on any opportunity that dare wander your way, even if it led you into more danger. How courageous, or should I say, imprudent. Since you're so desperate for opportunity, why don't you take this chance? Survive this attack. How interesting. No, only buff guy, it's you that's lagging. You're still grasping at any chance you get. Why is this, partner? Oh well, it matters not. This isn't random, by the way. So consider that a healing opportunity. Go ahead, keep going. See where this takes you. Can't imagine this is going to end well for you. After all, I have yet to use my trump card. Wasn't planning on playing top drums, but okay. This is where I'd normally warn you of what's to come, but we both know you're not turning back. So instead, I'll offer you an invitation. Survive this attack, then you'll see what happens next. Welcome back, buff guy. It appears you haven't changed a bit. How disappointing. There is no light at the end of your tunnel, after all. Your failure is imminent. From the early birth of my channel to where I am now, I can say it also helps to get me up where I am at now, actually. Ah, makes me happy to hear that. I died at the last attack. But hey, it gives a good chance to show what the game over screen looks like. WB is an abbreviation for welcome back. Just like LOL means laugh out loud. And LMAO means laughing my arse off. Well, what did you think it meant, buff guy? Warner Brothers? Yeah, the game ends at phase 7. Well, the full game now ends at phase 7. The story, the No Mercy ending, is at phase 4. Mercy ending's on phase 1, and true ending is phase 7. Yeah, I did say the highest achievement thing you can get is 117. You're crazy enough to get 111. I'm actually surprised you managed to get that. This is phase 5, by the way, buff guy. Phase 7 looks very different from this. No, I didn't mean to have the... Too late. Now 40% of your subscribers think you're a masochist. I mean, that's justifiable. Also, I'll give you a little bit of a spoiler warning for my collection of things. You know the Scooby-Doo death from No Belief, the teaser. I've decided to keep that in my collection of things because I just thought it was so funny. Required for 117%, only 13. For bragging rights, 21. 21 being all phases no heal, all phases no hit, all of them individually, both no heal and no hit. Mercy ending, no mercy ending, true ending, no heal phase 5, no heal phase 6, no heal phase 7, no hit phase 5, no hit phase 6, and no hit phase 7. But those phase 5 and 6 and 7 achievements, apart from true ending, are meaningless. Unless, like I said, you want some bragging rights. And there we go. That's phase 5. Uh-oh, guys, I think it's time to do an update. Man, this update's taking quite a while, isn't it? Oh, I think we got a crash. Time to reboot the system. This is phase 6, enigmatic emotions. The OST for this literally took me like 20 minutes to assemble. It's literally just a bunch of pads. Now, one thing I wanted to do with this phase was Like in FDY Dust Trust Phase 4, the camera zooms in on your soul. But the problem with that was it was hard to tell where the Gaster Blasters were. And you had to basically depend on RNG to do any challenge run on this. Welcome back, Buff Guy. Thank you. The placeholder song for this was one of those gothic songs. It was a Japanese electronic gothic song, and it had like very sad lyrics in it. But for obvious reasons, I left it out and just based this phase around that. The hands you see in the background are literally just stock images. Now this phase has music, well, more of an ambience than a music. But yeah, this phase is like meant to be a little break from the difficulty curve a little bit. Huh? Where am I? Great. More isolation. But it gets very lonely down here. Really quickly. Maybe I should open my save and beat that goon up for good. What? I'm in hell? No, this can't be. I don't remember saving there. Well, I have no other options. I have to finish my mission of total eradication. Yeah, this is meant to be Frisk talking. If someone wants to hide from me, so be it. Eventually, I will find them. Eventually, I will kill them. Syl. No. Whoever you are. Prepare for your ultimate demise. You're in hell. The temperature is unbearable. You feel all your sins crawling on your whole body. As you traverse through the cave of the damned, you come across something strange. It's a crack in the rock that surrounds you. but it appears to be getting bigger.
Your determination. I still have several tricks left. Surprise, partner. Don't be. You only have yourself to blame for this. While I thank you for reincarnating my spirit, unfortunately, this is where your journey ends. Your determination won't help you this time. I still have several tricks left. was futile. Impressive, yet futile. Calling for someone, eh? Did you forget, partner? All those enemies you've killed are on the line. Even if you had the time, just like before, our strength cannot be matched.
I just wanted to stay quiet during that just to show you the true atmosphere I intended behind that phase. That's also why I died a couple of times on purpose, just to show you how gruelingly hard it actually is. So now I see what you meant by bug, as in you get no heal anyway, even if you used items and you don't disable the auto healing. So that's something I have to fix. Yeah, Q7, you did, but I was unsure. So I went to check the code and I'm like, oh, yeah, you're right. And of course, it wouldn't be a true siblings redemption if we didn't have Azrael and Kara at the end holding hands. So, yeah. Phase 7 is the final phase of siblings redemption. Anyway, time for me to catch up on chat, because then I didn't read quite a lot of stuff. Why does Kara have demonic wings? Because you're in hell, and I wanted to keep to the theme that Kara was actually the demon that comes when you call its name. That's something that I've never really seen done before in any fan game, just turn Kara into a literal demon. Like, I get some fan games are like based in the void and whatnot, but having based it in hell, the very the very concept of hell and the devil, I've never seen that before in any fan game. How did I get this Kara voice? Was it AI? No, it was not. It was actually me. If you if you don't believe me, I'll show you how to do it later. Yeah, Danny DePro, I did do the voice. Yeah. Alright, who's ready for a teaser? I'm used to make one where Asgore breaks out to the surface and the humans battle the monsters as an online PvP game. What the hell? That sounds like a very big undertaking. It seems they still live. Yeah, online games are pretty damn hard. What is that? That's meant to be an eye, but it's a very badly designed eye. They shall be reborn. And the ending goes back to normal. So, yeah. Though that teaser does not bring Frisk back. No. That's meant to be an early teaser for Unified, which was originally under the codename of Reborn. Anyway, 70%. That's not that bad. And here's what all the phases look like on the menu, should you want to see them. So yeah, that is the entirety of Siblings Redemption. It's not the best thing that I've made, but I did my best to polish it from what it originally was. But yeah, there will be another bug fix. Don't worry, I'll fix that no heal bug, and I'll probably tone down the hitboxes a little bit. Just a little bit. So you don't have any cheap tricks that you can do. Anyway, a lot of you want to know how I did the voice for Phase 7. Let me go ahead and... where is it? Audacity, thank you. Okay, so here's how I did the car voice for Phase 7. Let me get rid of that node board, because that's kind of pointless now. How I did it was very similar to how I did the Gaster voice for DTLG voice acting. I would speak in a very raspy voice. Like,
looking for someone?
Like something as very sinister as this.
Looking for someone?
And then I'd add a little bit of silence on the end. About 1 second or so. And then I would copy the track. I would pitch this one down by a little bit. Say about 25%. And then I pitch this one up by around 50%. So then I turn this down slightly. Bring this up to match it. And then add reverb to both of these.
Looking for someone?
And there you go. This isn't accurate to the original thing because I lost track of the actual percentages. But this is a similar process to how it was actually done.
Looking for someone?
So if you want to do your own demon voice, it's not actually that difficult. All you have to do is just make yourself sound cringe by trying to do a demonic voice, and then pitch that down and mess around with it. See what results you can come up with. I may as well show you how the Gaster version as well.
Why did you have to cringe? First, Sans turns into some beast. A same old concept Prick Sans doesn't distrust.
If you're thinking that doesn't hurt my throat, then you'd be wrong. It actually does hurt quite a bit. So about 25% down. Then, don't want to do that. Then reverb.
Why did you have to cringe?
That's a little bit too high.
Why did you have to cringe? First, Sans turns into some beast. A same old concept Prick Sans doesn't distrust.
I'm hoping you can hear these, because the volume's pretty mid. Here, let me turn it up.
Why did you have to cringe? First, Sans turns into some beast. A same old concept Prick Sans doesn't distrust.
And if I go back to the Kara voice...
Looking for someone?
So yeah. I will now play the entire unedited soundtrack. No, not the unedited one. But the full voice that I did for Phase 7. If I can find the unchopped audio. That is if I can find it. So when was this? Yeah, all of that was recorded back in February of 2023. Kara Demon voice.
Looking for someone? You made a grave mistake, partner. By reloading that save file, you've only proceeded to initiate your eternal damnation.
This is the long, unedited version, by the way. I don't have the raw recordings anymore.
Ooh, adamant as always, eh? Well, Your determination won't help you this time. I still have several tricks left. Surprise, partner? Don't be. You only have yourself to blame for this. While I thank you for reincarnating my spirit, unfortunately, this is where your journey ends. Your persistence is futile. Impressive, yet futile. Calling for someone, eh? Didn't you forget, partner? All those enemies you've killed are under my power. Even if you had the time, just like before, our strength cannot be matched. You see? Even if you somehow found a way past my invincibility, you still can't kill me. All you'll do is persist forever and ever and ever. And the sad truth is, I've only been going easy on you. I figured I would not delay your suffering any longer. Your time has come, partner. Pleasure doing this with you.
So yeah, that's the full process of the Kara voice for Phase 7. The soundbite used for Phase 2 and 5, when Kara talks in the mutated form, that was done by Pyrom. That's literally all it is. Does anyone have any other questions regarding Siblings Redemption? I'll be happy to answer them. This is a developer commentary stream after all. Oh yeah, and I'll also explain a couple of the other changes between version 1.0 and this one. In the original version, you had to give Kara a gender when you put your name in. I removed it from this version just to keep with the means. Kara's non-binary, and I know a lot of people see them as a girl, myself included. And honestly, choosing a gender for a non-binary character in a game is kind of controversial. So that's why I removed it. How did I go from the Legacy version to this? The Legacy version was very poorly done. The sprites were terrible, the attacks were a little unbalanced. Overall, it just wasn't a good game. That's why I decided to remake it. Just to show what it could have been. What happens if you hit Kara on Phase 3? At first glance, it looks like you did nothing, but if I take damage on purpose... is how you heal. And no, you can't kill Kara in this phase. Even with perfect damage management, even though you can't see the damage, you're doing like 190 damage per hit. And Kara has like 1400 HP. And even if you did somehow manage to circumvent this and get their HP down to 0, the final attack will just continue anyway. So yeah, here I did enough damage to skip the pre-final attack. But that doesn't save much time over just cutting strings. So yeah, I'll show you the death messages for every phase. Oh yeah, and if you do want to do no-hit with no-hit mode, it's a very fast reset. So yeah, phase 1 death is randomized between like 4 or 5 lines of dialogue. And of course I'm not going to show each and every one of them. Show off gold soul mode. I don't have the save anymore. But I'll explain what it is. If you do phases 1 to 4 individually without getting hit, you'll unlock the gold soul mode. It's just a cosmetic, but it is to show you that you actually beat the game hitless. And if you die on phase 4... Fun fact, if you die enough, you'll get different dialogue. Omega broccoli. Sure. Whoever can figure out what that translates to is a cool one. And I've already shown what happens here, but I'll show it again just for the sake of showcasing. That game over screen's meant to be very unsettling. Show me the text again. You want to see the binary again? Speedrunning death in Siblings Redemption. Let's go to translator. Just go to translator to translate binary. Death percent speedrun. It's almost like a mechanic. But yeah, that was Siblings Redemption. I thoroughly hope that you all enjoyed this as much as I have enjoyed making it, because it was a lot of fun, especially with Afterlife. If I were to go back and make this again, I would probably think of more original attack ideas. But since if anything's original, then it just gets made, it's very hard to do that. Figured that would be the text. BRB? No, that's not what it means. It means die. Well done, you figured it out. You are cool. But yeah, this is where I stopped the showcase. And get back to challenge running this Sunday. Talking of which, I have a surprise video coming out on Sunday. Which will mark the return to challenge running. If you think I'm going to tell you what the video is, you're highly mistaken. But yeah, thank you for watching so much. And I'll see you all on Sunday. Cheers.